Hello and welcome everyone. This is Type V3 with a gunplay review of the 1 to 1/44th scale high-grade Gundam 00 Shia Qan. Named after herself, this is Shia Kijima's custom gunpla that appeared in Gundam Build Fighters Tri Island Wars. Like most HGBF kits, the Shia Qan is based off of an older high-grade release, in this case the 1 to 1/44th HG00 Qan from 2010. For this reason, of the 10 parts in the box, only 4 of the plastic frames are brand new. From this information, you can probably guess what the build process is like. It's nothing incredibly advanced and fairly straightforward, though I wouldn't say the build feels dated quite yet. It was certainly enjoyable and carried very little in the way of annoyances. It's a high-grade build that will feel familiar and should be satisfying enough. Fully assembled, and an easy first thought would be, hey, that's just a green 00 Qan. While there is truth in that statement, there is a bit more to the Shia Qan than that. Everything that's green and yellow are all entirely new molding. There's also the tail fins and new head sculpt for added touches. I like it well enough, though I have to admit, after seeing the cat ears, I wish the feline theme was carried further. Maybe a tail and some claws, perhaps. Regardless, this is a great looking straight build that matches the on-screen model pretty well. Proportions and details seem correct, with part separation being top-notch. Stickers are used on the tops of the feet, on the front and back of the head, as well as underneath all the blue condensers, none of which are all that bad. With Gundam 00 Drive Gundams being minimal in design, I'd say the Shia Qan looks good as is. On the other hand, if I had one single recommendation for touch-ups, I'd suggest panelining the green armor. These pieces have specific details to them that I feel would add greatly to the presentation if highlighted. There's also opportunities for seamline coverage in the lower legs and forearms. Additionally, between the white plastic and good cape placement, nub marks aren't a big issue here either. Articulation starts with a double ball socket neck. There's a waist swivel and a mid-torso joint with minimal range. The polycap arms swing forward on a ball socket. There's hinged shoulders, bicep swivels, double-jointed elbows with less range than you'd expect, and hinged ball socket wrists. Waist skirts can all swivel to some degree. The hips themselves are on universal joints. There's a thigh swivel, double-jointed knees, and the ankles are on dual hinges and a ball joint. Articulation is very good, with the key limitations being the poor torso movement and limited elbows. For accessories, this HG includes a single left open palm, a GN sword, and a GN binder with sword bits. The sword and extra hand are pretty basic in their use, and there's not much else to comment on here. It's the binder and the sword bits that are interesting. Both form a shield that attaches to the Gundam's backpack and can be moved around freely from here. If the sword bits look familiar, it's because they're actually just the tips of the GN partisans that were seen with the Transient Gundam, and like those, they can open up too. Lastly, you can combine one of the sword bits with the center blade on the binder for an additional weapon for the mobile suit. The Gundam Build Fighter lineup of models are primarily known for repurposing older kits with slight upgrades and adding on a new twist. And that's more or less the story with the HGBF Shia Qan, although it is intriguing that the weapons on this release were repurposed from one of the few all-new Build Fighter high-grade releases. Regardless, this is, at its core, the original HG00 Qan, painted green, with some slightly tweaked weapons and cat ears. Personally, I wish the cat theme were implemented more significantly, but that's besides the point. If you like that base kit, then you'll like this one. I wouldn't say there's anything truly remarkable about the high-grade Shia Qan, but if anything about this gunpla intrigues you, then take solace in the fact that it's a solid kit with no problems whatsoever. Anyways, that's all for me, and thanks for watching. I suppose with all this talk about cats, it's only fair we cover dogs too. Maybe even a wolf, perhaps. But that's a video for another day. Now scram.